Hey guys, welcome to Nomad on Fire. And today I just wanted to tell you a little story about my trip to Vietnam last year and tell you about the company I used to do a 2-week tour. So last year I went to Asia. I went to Thailand first for a month, and I just kind of winged it and did what I wanted when I wanted and stuff like that. I was a little nervous about going to Vietnam. Feel silly about being nervous now, but back then I didn't know that much about Vietnam. I'd done a lot of research and stuff like that on it, but it's a communist country, and I was just a little bit nervous about that. So after about 3 weeks in Thailand, I was coming up on my trip to Vietnam. Hadn't made really any plans on anything, because that's really kind of how I just travel. I just travel and do whatever I come across. But as I said, I was a little nervous about Vietnam, and so I started doing some research on doing like a 2-week tour with the company. And I saw a few different companies, and then I came across Charming Vietnam Tours, Lucy there, and talked with her, messaged with her on WhatsApp. I'll put her WhatsApp number down below. I'll also put her website and her Facebook page on there, so you can get a hold of her if you want. But anyway, back to the story. I contacted her, and she's in Hanoi, and I was flying into Ho Chi Minh, Saigon, and so I didn't get to meet her there at the beginning, but let me tell you, she was the most professional, sweetest lady I've ever met. She really helped me out a lot on that. I'll just tell you a little bit about it. I wouldn't expect this kind of treatment from her. I'm sure it was a one-time deal. I was flying into Ho Chi Minh, and typically you have to put a deposit down on her tours. And I couldn't get my credit card to go through on her system online. It kept asking for it to send me some kind of code to verify that it was me, and I was in between phones over there, SIM cards and stuff like that, and I just couldn't get it to go through. So she told me not to worry, and she went ahead, and they had a limo, or not a limo, they had a car there for me at the airport, picked me up, took me to the hotel, had all that done, had me a food tour that night, and then the next day had me a tour to the Mekong Delta and around, and I hadn't paid her a penny yet. So I was like, oh my gosh, this lady is so trusting, it's not even funny. And then finally she asked if I could pay her, one of the tour guides, like 50% down. And so I did. I went ahead and paid them. This was like on the third day. And then she said I could pay her the rest when I got to Hanoi. So I was in Ho Chi Minh, and I did all the 2 or 3 day tour there. I don't remember exactly. I did a 14-day tour total with them, and we did all types of different tours around the Ho Chi Minh area and stuff like that. And then they provided me a plane ticket out of Ho Chi Minh into Da Nang, and then set me up with a car there, and then took me to the hotel. And then I did 2 or 3, well, I did probably 4 days in Da Nang. I don't remember exactly, but so we did several tours there, and then a plane ticket to Hanoi, and they picked me up with a car there, and then took me to the hotel, and then I did some tours there, then an overnight bus up to Sapa, toured Sapa area for a couple days, and then overnight bus back, and then out to Halong Bay, which is beautiful. Oh gosh, you got to see Sapa and Halong Bay. They were both beautiful. But anyway, so ended up my tour. They took me back to the airport, and then I flew out to the Philippines. But I did a 14-day tour there with them, and I'm not going to tell you the price I paid, because I'm sure she's not offering that price anymore. But it was such a good deal, and I had such a great time. I absolutely loved every part of the Vietnam tour that I did with her. It was just absolutely wonderful. She was constantly messaging me, make sure I was okay, make sure that I got to the bus on time, I got to this and that, and then got on the tours and how I enjoyed it. And she was very professional, and I just had an absolute good time. I mean, it was the best time of my trip. From her trip, I fell in love with Vietnam, and that's why I'm going back for 3 months. And yes, I'm going to go stay in her hotel and visit with her, and I'll probably do a little video interviewing her, and that way you can meet her and get to know her. But I can't highly recommend, I can highly recommend, if you guys go there to Vietnam, planning a trip to Vietnam for 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever, give Lucy a call on WhatsApp or Messenger on her Facebook page or on her website, and see what she can do for you guys, because it was the absolute best time of my life. Those tours were just awesome, and every part about the whole ordeal was fine. And you can pick your quality hotels. For me, I just did a 3-star hotel. You can pick 5-star hotels if you want. To me, I travel on a budget, and 3-star hotel was plenty fine for me, because I'm not planning on staying in the hotel except to sleep. And as long as it's in a safe area and it's a nice enough hotel and it has all the amenities that I need, that's fine. I don't need a luxury 5-star hotel, but she does offer that as well. So if you want to stay in 5-star hotels, that's fine. Just let her know what kind of hotel you expect, and she'll make it happen. But again, Lucy with Charming Vietnam Tours is, in my opinion, the only way to go to Vietnam on a tour if you're just going to explore for a couple weeks. She'll fit everything you can possibly imagine in. And I was exhausted. It was just like I had not been on the move so much in my whole trip, and I spent a month in Thailand, and it was just so much fun. But anyway, I guess that's all I've got for you. I'll leave her contact info below. I just wanted to put a shout out to her, and no, I'm not paid by her in any way. I'm simply just returning a favor. Hopefully I can get her a little bit of business from you guys. I know I don't have very many subscribers. I'm a fairly new channel, but I'd love to help her out any way I can. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later, and remember, I am going back to Vietnam this Wednesday. So this is Sunday, and I'm leaving Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025 to go back to Vietnam. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and tune in. That way you can keep up with my travels over there and all that I do. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye-bye.